gonna get into that. We gonna get into that.
MikiWAR.
Spoiler alert. We'll talk about that later.
DJ Rell.
Yo, we are back. MikiDz Podcast.
You already know.
You hear the horns. We are home. And
we're here to pod today.
We're here to pod.
Energies are recharged. Batteries are recharged.
Man, you felt the energy in the group chat.
Come on, man. You know the fucking vibes.
You know, Mickey and I came to record Diesel's drop. Shout out to him. He just did a globalization mix. And, you know, obviously you weren't here, but when we were done, like 5 minutes later, we were done. We're like, so now what? Like,
No, nigga, I was here.
We fake pod? No, you weren't here for the Diesel drops.
Yeah.
No.
Because it was.
No, we did it while you were gone.
Yeah, we talked about you being gone.
Yeah, we said I said
that
you
was in the drop. Tune in next week.
Yeah, listen to
we came in when he left.
Mix.
When he came, we came in here when he left. But whose drops did we do?
We did Daz.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was Daz.
So tune in, Rell.
Yeah, make sure you listen next week.
Who's DJing with him?
Diesel is Mickey.
Battle of the Beards.
Yeah, and while we're on it, next week, shout out to Cleveland Terry.
Yep.
He's our next guest DJ. I'll be rocking with him. I got the back 30. And yeah, man, tune in Globalization, Pitbull, Sirius XM.
Let's go.
Every Tuesday,
8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Or
That's
daylight
right.
time.
Right out the gate. Let the people know.
Yeah, man, we're holding that slot
Stop sleeping
down.
on. We're humble and we wait till the end.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think our mixes are getting better in the sense that all three of us are becoming more comfortable and like, you know what? I'm just gonna let some shit rock that ain't on the list. But it's dope.
Oh,
There's a
it
list.
works.
There's a list. Sorry, Phenom. Is there a list?
No, there is a playlist.
Was there something to follow?
There is a guideline to kind of stay close to.
Yeah,
that lets you know what works to A, B's, and C's. But I've noticed, like, you know what? Regardless of, even if we don't play the songs on the list, like this shit flows.
Yeah,
and it's different than everything else because I listen to a lot of different shows. But yeah, and you know what, man? I'm gonna just put it out there. We got the best guest lineup.
Oh,
hello.
yeah, absolutely, man. Nobody touching us.
No disrespect,
Accurate.
but we're killing it with the guests.
That's right.
So shout out to the guests that throw down great mixes.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Episode 61.
61. We kind of got robbed of our 60, but it's all good.
But you know, with the Kobe episode, it averages out. Right?
You're right.
True.
Rest in peace, Kobe.
Yeah, man.
Happy birthday, bro.
Happy birthday. Shoot.
Kobe Day was the other day, man. That was huge.
It's crazy how it's his birthday and then Kobe Day.
Yeah.
You might as well just take it 4 days off if it lands on a weekend.
Yeah,
or
right.
near a weekend.
Oh, Kobe weekend. Celebrate the man.
Yeah. So did you guys get a chance to tune into the Beyond the Music retreat / webinar?
Today.
Okay.
Which
Rell,
we
did you get a
record.
chance?
Unfortunately, I did not. I had to, check. I had to clock in.
Yeah. So we updated you on what happened with the first one, and we weren't around for the second one, or we were around?
Which second one?
I don't think we were
Maintaining
around for
Your
the second
Bills?
one. Yeah.
You did you tune it?
I'd listen to it.
The O'Neill?
Yeah, I listened to it. And then after that was A-Trak, and I forgot the doctor's name, but a young doctor who sounded like he knew what he was talking about. You never know.
You know what's crazy?
You never know.
I hoop with him.
The doctor?
DJ Felix
He looks
Fellow.
super young.
The doctor, yeah. Oh man, I feel terrible for him.
Fauci?
Don't fuck it up.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna know that ain't him. But great guy.
I'm just trying to look
I didn't
this
know
up.
he was a psychiatric doctor based on the foul calls he called. But
Hey,
You trying to get in your head, man.
hey, look,
You know
it's
what I'm
hoop,
saying?
man. It's hoop. It's
Dr.
hoop.
Milo Dodson.
Yeah,
it
Milo,
is.
the homie, man. Good people, man.
the homie. I didn't know that nigga's name. He said the homie.
Nah, everybody's a homie in this
That's how you gotta
business.
play it.
Everybody's
That's
a
how you
homie in
gotta
this
play it.
business.
I hear you.
Now he's a doctor. Shoot, let me get a free analysis, my friend.
So Dr. Dodson, A-Trak talking about the mental health, and we'll get into that. But today was the state of the culture, and Jazzy Jeff, you all know who he is. Bella Fiasco, you should know who she is. And of course, DJ Vice and our good buddy Styles Davis was the moderator. And what I got from listening to today, I mean, the first two guests or episodes or whatever you want to call them, webinars, it seemed like it was about suggesting, telling, guiding people on what to do with everything that's going on or how to pivot.
Right.
Today's and last week was about humanizing the guests and letting people know we're going through this too, no matter how much money we have or mentally we're all A-Trak humanized himself. DJ Jazzy Jeff that we all know that Jeff got COVID super early in it.
Dealt with it, yeah.
Yeah, dealt with it. So you look at them and sometimes you think untouchable and you think greatness, but they shared their experiences and what's helped them get through this. And my 3 takeaways, and I want to ask you guys, people were curious to know, what would your requirements be for a booking today? Miki, what would your requirements be for a booking?
See, that's really tough. And sorry, I'm like relating this to something we're going to talk about later.
Mm-hmm.
Put this water away because they're not paying our bills.
Nope.
So again, we'll get into it later.
Hold on.
This motherfucker.
Now you're on board.
I'm with it.
Thank you. Gunshot, if we had one.
Airplane.
Rell, come on, vocals. Anyway, no, I was just recently in a city, for a day, basically, and I saw the condition there, and it wasn't many conditions that I openly saw that would be different from how clubs used to operate. And I'm sure there's like some cleaning process and something I don't know, or maybe somebody hits wipe me down real quick, Lil Webby, with some disinfectant before Clorox. The next DJ or something. But I guess if personally for me, I just prefer that there's no access to the DJ booth. I don't think there's any other specific thing. I've seen the disinfectant booths, where people walk through them, like kind of like a airport security sensor thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I were to go to a venue, that would be a huge like comforter for the situation. But other than just like having the space and nobody really around me, that'd be my preference. Unless it's my people's, right?
Sure.
I'd let you guys in the booth.
Sure. Well,
for me, I think it personally would still have to be outdoors. It'd have to be an outdoor situation right now for me to be comfortable and really be able to get in the zone and provide.
Yeah. Jeff said when his most recent booking was like an outdoor situation, and he said, I have to drive up to the DJ booth.
Mm-hmm.
I'll DJ and I hop back in my car and I'm out of there.
Just go there, yeah.
Because he's terrified of this and that never wants to go through it
again.
Yeah,
I mean, understandable
so
for him. Absolutely. I think we maybe know 1 or 2 people personally who's experienced COVID thus far. But, I think just to feel comfortable, you know what I mean? I think an outdoor situation would be ideal, or what I would like or prefer to really just get in there, hone in and rock it.
Yeah.
As opposed to just trying to worry about if we're inside what it is. Like, no one could be in the DJ booth, but these rats, they find their way.
Right.
They find their ways in there. And I'm like, at least if I'm outside.
Yeah, but don't you have full clearance to like punch somebody?
I mean, if that's the case, shit.
We've been practicing our form.
Say less. Say less. If that's the case, listen, I'm not trying to go to jail.
You don't want a 1, 2, 3.
I don't need to catch a case for nobody, but
Oh, open hand.
Been there, done that
yeah,
too.
Right. Like, listen, I didn't want to say nothing, but Joseph, what about you? What would be your requirements?
I would say
hot towels.
I would prefer outside for sure.
Okay.
I would have to know what are the restrictions to get in the club. People obviously have to be wearing masks. Are you testing outside, or are you doing temperature checks? Like
he said, give me your saliva before you
right. Come on, I need a doctor on the spot.
Right.
No, I just need to know that you're creating the safest environment as possible within your budget, I guess.
Yeah,
and if you don't have a budget, then I probably shouldn't be doing it. But I just have to feel comfortable. I guess everyone just has to wear a mask and stay out of the booth. Go straight to the booth.
Yeah.
And out.
Without putting anybody on blast, as you guys know of or heard of from fellow DJs and whatnot, of spots that are not taking the proper procedures for this COVID thing.
I haven't heard of anything. I don't even know too many.
It's kind of like, man, they kind of slipping under the radar with some of this shit.
Yeah.
Well, every city's different, right?
Yeah. I mean, every city has different quote unquote rules or guidelines.
And,
you know what I mean? So I'm just curious. I mean, I personally haven't seen anything. I mean, I barely see any spots open, let alone
people.
Actually,
we're not seeing much out here in LA.
Yeah.
So the second thing that stood out to me, someone asked, is bottle service dead after this?
No, I don't at all. I don't think so, because you got to keep people at a distance. So what's the best way to keep people at a distance?
Well, I think when they were saying, and that's a good point, but I think what they were saying was, we find the vaccine and we still wait another year, like let's call it 2022. Is there a hard reset to where we go back to focusing on just having a dance floor? Because so let me add more to this. Vice was saying, and we've kind of heard stuff along these lines. Vice was saying, he has a 22-year-old kid and he has zero interest in spending money on a table or bottles, and his friends don't have any interest. So basically, the youth, the 21-year-olds now don't have any interest in popping bottles or flexing in a club. He said they have access to dating apps, quote unquote, Instagram and whatever else they're on to connect with girls, to talk to girls. And then typically you're going to the club, like growing up, we went to the club to holler at girls. Yeah. And whatever, get drunk or whatever you did. But so with all that being said, clearly I wasn't getting drunk. But with all that being said, do you think that bottle service will be dead?
Still no.
Still no.
I can't see it. Yeah, you could say your average 22-year-old who is middle class may not be interested in doing it, but think about these people that aren't middle class or are interested. I don't know. I mean, I personally I can't see it dying, because it's that exclusivity that people get when they're at the table that makes them feel like they're on top of the world. You want to be a rapper? Here, go pop a bottle at a club. You want to pretend to be someone famous. You know what I mean? Like, it just gives them that feeling for a couple of hours in the night, and they're standing on top of the world. Like, what young person doesn't want to do that? We did that shit every time we went to fucking Vegas, and it wasn't even our fucking table. Yeah,
but we're also a different generation.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. But that feeling is never going to go away. Like the young people are always going to want that feeling.
Kids are always going to want a Louis belt. I don't care how you dress it up or what. It might be a different set of kids, and there might be different interests. Vice, I'm sure his son has access to everything. Why would he want something he has access to? Typically, you desire things you don't have access to. That's why you save up your money and save up your pennies for that expensive item, or those sneakers, or whatever it may be that you look for. And a lot of the guys that that went and bought bottles, there would always be that one group that puts all their pennies together, and they're like, what's the most amount of people we could bring to the table? Yep. And then there's the other group where it's just one guy that pays for everything. And, the host will bring some ladies or whatever he wants, whatever environment he wants to create around him. There's all different spectrums, and it just comes down to who wants what.
Yeah. I think you guys are right in regards to LA for sure, because when you think LA, you think exclusive, you think best parties, and the way these clubs make their money is by providing that exclusive atmosphere. So you have to buy tables, and it can get pretentious, and it can get...
I would say every major city. I wouldn't just say LA.
Right. Well, I was going to get to New York and Miami, and Chicago is on both sides of this, because I've gone to big spots in Chicago, and they have a full dance floor, and then of course you have your tables. But I think it's going to be it's very likely to be a hard reset, because of everything that's going on. Like we talked about, the hard reset with the value of DJs and who's charging what and who's popular now. It's just going to be different popular DJs when we get out of this, and let's call it 2022. Everything's going to change. So you'll have a hard reset, and people are going to want to go out and dance. They're going to want to get out and have fun. Yeah. So I think people are going to say, fuck it, I want to go out. I'll probably take the vaccine, or I'll just risk it and get the disease. Fuck it. But now that it's quote unquote safer, I want to go out and I want to dance. And I just want to be out. Again, in LA, sure, you'll buy tables. And in LA, you're probably going to be put in a position to only buy tables. Mm-hmm. If you went to Hyatt on Thursdays or there's nowhere to dance at these venues in LA, at least these A-list venues. But if you go to somewhere in Middle America or somewhere in Texas, and a lot of these clubs, it's just dance floor. They push the dance floor. And I think it's going to be a hard reset going back to that outside of major cities.
I think those middle cities, just for the sake of the argument, I just don't see them going. I mean, you can't, or I can't see them going back to this dance floor setup. I can see them making more affordable package options where you're able to be with your group and, you know, using those areas. But like a dance floor, like being all up on people and meeting a girl like through getting behind her, God forbid, no chance.
Oh my God, you're gonna get dropped.
Did you have COVID before you rubbed your thing on me,
right,
sir?
That's gonna be the number one.
It's gonna be like the junior high dance all over again.
Listen,
there's a random
the guys over here, the girls over here.
There's a random dude want to walk up and be like, if she got that WAP, it don't mean that great of news.
Yeah. But making that switch, is that gonna be profitable for a lot of these venues? You know what I'm saying?
Everybody's gonna have to shit.
Everyone's gonna have to adjust.
I mean,
regardless.
absolutely, but you know, obviously they're gonna want to go for the big money shit. You know, off rip, just to.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know why, but I can't help but think of when AM was becoming AM. I can't help but think of Ian telling me, who used to tour with AM. Ian telling me, AM hates this bottle popping shit, but it pays very well. Mm-hmm. But he would much rather have a room full of people dancing and on the floor. Now, can you imagine AM DJing today?
No.
I mean,
you can say that about every
that can be a
DJ
whole
though,
other
right?
pod episode. But my point is, there once upon a time you were just there just to have fun and the music, and it wasn't so serious.
Yeah,
I think a part of that is hip hop taking over, and in hip hop to some degree is serious, although it has a lot of fun music, but it provides a serious energy, and that thus you being at a table flexing, raising your bottle to the other table, the other table pointing at their bottle like, my shit's better than yours. What are you doing? I saw Peso do that. He was like, don't be flexing that stupid little bottle. I got the big shit. But yeah, so I that's why I feel hard reset. And we don't know who's going to be right or wrong.
Yeah.
But just some assumptions. Last thing, have you guys found any positives pulled from this situation?
The
situation of what?
Of COVID.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
like being in quarantine and shit.
Just the whole pullback of everything. People being at home, you know, just everything that's going on.
To be honest with you, people got too much fucking time on their hands, so they do dumb shit when
Like
they got
TikTok?
too much time. No one is doing anything. It was cool at first because it seemed like everyone was being productive, but then it was too much time. You know what I mean? It wasn't. It wasn't just enough time for everyone to feel inspired, be motivated. Like, cool. You know, we had some time to reset, like really hone in and focus on what we care about, what our priorities are, et cetera, all this shit. And then that time extended, and then it got into, okay, I'm bored. What fuck shit can I get into? You know what I'm saying? What dumb shit can I say?
You're not just talking about DJs.
I'm not saying no, I'm just saying in general. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, and I feel like it's been more of that. And this whole thing, it's been more of that than being inspired, being motivated, and all that shit. So yeah, I'm sure there's positive shit, but
that's just what you've noticed.
What I've noticed more of is more of just the dumb, the fuckboy shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, all right, you know what I mean? And she, you know, I talk to wifey all the time about it. And she's like, I don't understand this. People got too much time on their hands.
Yeah.
That's my response to pretty much everything.
And they might be going crazy.
And they might be going crazy. They just like, they're literally like stir crazy, cabin fever, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And it's just like, oh, I need to do something for my entertainment.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, all right.
Mike?
I mean, I see a lot of positives from it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it just helped create or separate the separation from, you know, where you were and where you can be.
Yeah.
And I think that it challenged people to look outside of their comfort, right? Like it was comfortable to do the same thing you've been doing for years. And this year created a basically a call it a wall, but there was a door on the side for you to go through. You just had to find it. A door that you might have not known was there. And I think, you know, whether that comes on, in my case, it's the business side. It's like on the DJ side, it really just helped. I mean, it helped me learn a whole new other programs, like things that I never cared for.
Yeah.
But it interested me into understanding and getting us, you know, as a unit into this other world. And I think it's the future. You know what I mean? Like, what does it cost to put together a production these days?
Yeah.
A couple $100.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a TV show. Like, so, you know, it just depends on your approach and what lane you took. But I think it either made you great or it checked you and humbled you.
Yeah, I think in regards to the creators out there, so obviously not speaking about the 9-to-5ers, obviously they've gone through some hardships, but
Right.
The creators out there, I think this, for a lot of them, has been a blessing. Maybe not most, but has been a blessing in disguise because to your point, you're challenged to, or what else can I do? And usually when you're challenged like this, you want to, you get the most out of yourself. You get the most out of your potential. You reach a potential you never would have known or you never knew existed. So, you know, you got people going on Twitch. Angie V started her OnlyFans. Bella's, you know, she was on the panel as well. She is killing it on Twitch. She's got, what, 10,000 followers?
Yep.
And
she humbly didn't mention how much she's making, but
right.
we know.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if you do the math, she's doing very well for it. And I don't know what she was getting before, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was more than what she was getting just to DJ, you know, on the weekends before this broke out. Same thing with Angie. I between OnlyFans and Twitch, she admitted here, I'm paying my rent and my car note just off Twitch. I mean, OnlyFans. So, yeah, I see the positives in how this has helped people be more creative and trust that, you know, this, and I can't help but think the stuff that I've been creating and working on, this is going to continue when we open back up.
Right.
So it's going to be double or just a lucrative situation when I put it all together. So, yeah, I see the positives in all this. In regards to the fuck shit, you know, it is what it is.
No,
people gonna be who they are in the worst time.
I think all this time is just shining a light on people who they are. Like you said, the creatives who are taking this opportunity and really honing in are going to create and really come up with some dope shit and be positive and see the positive side of it. And the fuck boys are going to be fuck boys.
Yeah. So moving on to the A-Trak conversation, I wanted to play this clip. Two things stood out from this one was called "Where's Your Head At?" So I want to play this A-Trak clip.
Having to tell people we're busy. I've grown to hate the word busy. I hate the word busy. I think telling like the fact that it became the answer to how are you doing or what are you up to, the way that we all automatically say, oh, good, busy. Yes. It's a way to say I'm good. I really have issues with that word. I think it makes the other person feel put down. And I think it doesn't even mean anything. And so when I have, yeah, it's just an obsession with productivity that's like not really healthy.
All right. What do you guys think about that with everything that's going on? And I'll jump in first. What I got from that is with what's going on, some people aren't fortunate enough to be busy. So by you telling me, oh man, I'm busy with this, this, and this, and if I'm not that busy or I find anything going on, I'm going to feel like shit, you know, first because I'm, you know, probably broke and I don't have any money coming in. The government's not helping me. And now you're telling me you're getting these opportunities or you're creating these opportunities and I'm just not in the mental space to be as successful or as creative as you. It seems like it also you could also look at it like stop being a bitch, you know, and don't take it that way. Don't make this shit about you. This has nothing to do with you. I'm just explaining how I'm feeling. But I do know that a lot of guys will talk like this just to flex. Maybe it's not a one-on-one thing. It could just be on social media, but they could say it just to like, it not only a flex, but also when I see stuff like this, I also see it as it's them talking to themselves and reminding themselves like kind of off the rails here. When Donald Trump says the crazy shit he says, he's saying it more for him than anyone else. And his sister believes he's saying it he's really talking to his dad because he can never prove himself to his dad. But when he says, I'm the best at this. He's talking to keep himself aware, let him know, hey, you're the man, you know? And I feel like some guys will do that just to remind themselves, no, you're good. Even if it's not true. No, you got this. You got this. Things are working out. That's my whole take on it. It seems like A-Trak was a little annoyed and peeved by that. Maybe he's had a few of those conversations, but you can imagine A-Trak's busy. You'd imagine he's probably very busy. He's doing stuff with Duck Sauce, his brother.
Yeah.
He's got his own thing. So something triggered him to react that way. Maybe he just feels like it's, I don't know. I'm not speaking for him, but could be a sense of bullying.
Yeah, be careful. We want him on the show.
Yeah, it could be a few different reasons that trigger that just triggered something in him. I guess that's all I can say. Mike, what do you think?
Maybe
be careful. We want him on the show.
Well, no, I'm not going to comment on A-Trak because I mean it's a good perspective. It's how he feels. Probably has to do with a couple situations, if not one individual one that just rubbed him the wrong way. But and again, I didn't listen in on that session. But I would think that busy is kind of a word that people use to just say that
never
their
not working.
Priorities are different.
Yeah.
Priorities are a little different. And, there's this saying that busy is a blessing and it's also a privilege.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're not promised that. You're not guaranteed that. That's something that you signed up for one way or another. So, I get that whole like, I don't know. Like, I don't think you should be like, if you're genuinely like occupied and there's things you got to get done and there's things that come before someone, like I'm more than ever like, do not even want to have the, hey, I haven't talked to you in a while. How's COVID going? Like, I really don't want to have that conversation. I really don't want to tell you about it because I haven't spoken to you in months. Why the fuck should I invest in that back and forth when it is draining?
Yeah.
It takes energy from you. It sucks from you. Like, so I don't know. I mean, everybody has a different perspective, but I think it ultimately when your vision is aligned with someone, and that's the other thing too, it comes from who's asking you.
Yeah.
You guys are my brothers.
Yeah.
You ask me what's going on or there's purpose behind that. When people who don't have purpose behind their questions ask you questions, then they have no fucking reason to waste your time.
Yeah.
Because they won't understand. Why should I tell someone who won't understand what I'm thinking, right? For them to say something like, damn. Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Right?
Nah.
And my thing is, why even ask the fucking question if you're not really ready to handle something like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is your intention to asking the question? To be polite or genuine? Hey, how have you been? Has work been busy? How's the company been doing? Has it been busy?
Yo.
Has Mac Park been busy? How many times you think he heard that shit? Like, if you're not ready for him to be like, man, business is booming, then don't fucking ask the question.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I get it. Like that is the way to be, seem like you're interested and you want to engage in conversation and shit like that. And I mean, there's ways around that. And I think the word busy can be interpreted to multiple things. You know what I mean? You can ask a single mom, how you been? Busy with these fucking kids.
Yeah.
She's not working. She's not physically working or, you know what I mean? She's taking care of kids. That doesn't mean she's less busier than someone who's a business owner. You know what I'm saying? Or running a company. Like, it's you can leave that word up for interpretation, like I said. So, I agree with him to a certain extent because I think a lot of people do use it as an excuse just to seem like they're doing a lot more than what they are doing or using it as an excuse to just be like, if I hit you and you didn't respond to me, like, man, I've been busy. You know, nigga, you ain't been doing shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, busy with what? Our shit shut down. What you doing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I get to a certain extent, like how that when someone says, I've been busy, and someone can receive it in a way where it's just like, man, like you said, I'm not in the mind space to receive it. Like, I haven't really gotten much going on. I'm broke or whatever the case is. But okay, then you shouldn't be comparing yourself to what that person is. One. 2, if you're not ready to hear that, don't ask the question. You know what I mean? 3, be proud of that person. If you're asking that person and you are genuine about that person, and that person is like, man, I've been busy. Yo, that's dope.
Yeah.
You know, be genuine about it. So, I mean, that's kind of how, I'm looking at it. Like, you know.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you really want to get out of that, I mean, you're clearly in a mental funk if you take that the wrong way. If you want to get out of that, if you tell me business is booming, you're busy, I'm happy for you. You gotta anyway be in a state of happiness, even if it's not directly connecting with you. But you got to go general first. You got to think, if you focus on what's going on, this is what's worked out for me. If you focus on what's going on in the hardship, you're not going to get out of shit.
Yeah.
But if you think at the bigger picture, damn, Rell's killing it, Miki's killing it, Sean's killing it. I got this house. Like my girl's cool. She's bad. We got cars in the garage. We got food in the fridge. We got gas in the tank.
Dogs running around all the fucking place.
So it's like
Tell us how you really feel.
you got yeah.
You too.
You got 3 dogs. You can use that as an opportunity to put yourself in the right state, because I guarantee you, if your business was booming and Rell tells me he's busy, I'm happy for him. Why would I have a negative reaction to him? Regardless, why would I? But if everything's going well for me, I wouldn't have a negative reaction to him.
Yeah.
Feeling like that. So why should I have one when things are working out for me? Because I'm selfish, because I'm thinking about myself. I'm not being considerate. I'm not being mindful of other people.
Joe came to pod today.
Another thing is, and this will lead to the next big point that I got from that conversation. I'm trying to I am molding a world for myself where I can say I ain't doing shit and I'm killing it in life. If Rell says, what you doing? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And Rell knows damn well I'm killing it. Why would you not want to be the guy that doesn't do shit and has a shitload of money coming in, or has businesses booming and profiting and doing all that? I'm not going to say anyone's name, but I know a guy who we all suspected him to just sit back and do absolutely nothing. And he walked out of that situation with millions. And we all, and everyone was like, man, what does he do? He don't do shit. I want to be that guy. Tell me, I don't care. Tell me I ain't doing shit. I want to be him, because I'm clearly creating something in energy, laws of attraction, call it what you want, to where I have all the right things happening for me. You may not like it. You may not like it. You may not like it. Or you guys might disagree. But it's like, end of the day, I'm happy and I got a shitload of money in my account.
That's all that matters.
So why would you not want to be able to tell someone, man, what you been doing throughout COVID? Man, I ain't been doing shit. Well, how come? Because I got everything worked out. Like, things are working out for me. So I'm just going to sit on this couch, watch the 7th season of The Office for the 10th time, and eat my fucking ice cream. And that brings me to my next point. They were talking about a lot of guys being depressed and eating ice cream. And Dr. Dotson was like, cool, eat that ice cream. Sit in that. That's fine. You're normal. You're human. That's perfectly fine. Don't stress yourself out thinking I shouldn't be doing this. Don't have an inner fight, basically. You know, you want to be doing this, but you're seeing guys saying, oh, hustling, grinding, and you're thinking I should be hustling and grinding, but you're not, because you're in a funk. Sit in that funk for a bit. It's okay. It's normal. At some point, you got to get out of it. Yeah. While you're in that funk, start the game plan. Start to, get things, whatever it is, get the juices flowing, and then eventually put that ice cream back in the freezer and get back to it. But what are your guys' thoughts on just taking your time through these COVID days and just like not feeling pressure to do something because you see it all over Instagram or because you feel like you need to do it?
No, I agree 100%.
I mean, clearly I ate the ice cream.
You stupid nigga. No, I mean, I agree with it 100%.
Mike, I'm not going to jump in on that.
Be present to whatever it is that you're going through, whatever you're experiencing. Be present to that shit and own it. You know what I mean? Take responsibility for that shit. And like you said, if you're going through if you're in a funk, you be in that funk. You know what I'm saying? And accept it. Like you said, you're human. You're gonna go through these things. You know what I'm saying? We all go through these things. And like you said, as the time goes and the times pass, you're gonna figure out a way to be like, all right, cool. I've been in this a little bit. It's time to get up. You're gonna find your own way to get motivated and get out of that. And You know what I mean? Stop. We constantly, as humans, we constantly compare ourselves to the next person, whether it's the people in our circle, people that we see on Instagram, whatever. And that's what makes us feel even worse about ourselves, because just like you were saying, we'll see some shit and we'll be like, damn, I need to be doing something. I need to be, do what you're doing right now.
No, I don't.
Be present to what you're going through and what you're feeling, because that's what you're doing and what you got going on. Never mind what the next person got going on. You know what I'm saying? Never mind, regardless if that's your significant other, your brother, your sister, your best friend, whoever. You know what I mean? Never mind that shit. Just be present to what the fuck you got going on, and trust the process.
Yeah,
as they may say. You know,
yeah.
That didn't work for the Philly Love.
I don't mean to sound like I'm putting up a shield right now, but as months go and as we slowly get out of this or whatever happens, and you guys start flexing that you're booked and you gotta have fun. Like it ain't for me yet. I ain't ready for that yet.
Not ready for it. Yeah, and
I'm gonna eat my ice cream.
And that's a great point. So I think a lot of DJs are going to struggle with that.
And I think look, man, you can look at this two different ways. If I know, honestly, I'm looking at both ways as I'm talking. Some people are going to be sensitive. You're going to be so happy you're booked again. You're gonna quote unquote. You're not going to flex, but you're going to flex on Instagram. Got this booking in Vegas. Got this booking in Miami. We back, and there's going to be a lot of DJs who are dead broke, feeling like shit. Mm-hmm. So it's like, how do you navigate through that? Because you don't want to come off like an asshole. You don't want to come off like that. But at the same time, I got to get back to business. I gotta let people know I'm available for bookings. I'm doing this hot spots, so I encourage you to book me.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
What other people think?
Hit the horns for that nigga, man.
Who gives a fuck?
Hit the horns for that nigga.
Honestly, like, when has outside opinion, ever dictated what you should do with your life? Mm-hmm. If I go out there and fucking party and take all these bookings and get paid and die in a month, that was my choice. I made the bed. I dug the grave.
Mm-hmm. And you gonna go out with a smile on your face.
But like, what's the
you'll
point?
Be 6 feet distant for sure.
Yeah, well,
you.
It's 6 feet.
That's a bar,
under.
Sean. Don't be stealing my lines. That's a bar.
Write that down.
Right.
Don't disrespect my line. Like, don't spit on my line.
Put it on the show. But yeah, why? Like, who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, it just, yeah.
Yeah, and I ain't trying to call anybody a pussy or a bitch, but you gotta, when Miki starts flexing like that, you just gotta just say, man, I it's gonna work out for me. Because I got it. It's cool. I'm happy for Miki, right? We got it back. Me happy for people.
I just think it is, if your intentions are genuine and you know, like Miki's saying, like you guys were talking about, if you literally like I just want to get these bookings. I'm happy. I'm ready to do it, and it's not. You don't have no ill intentions to be like, yo, I'm about to just do this shit to shit on these motherfuckers because I have these opportunities. But no, you genuinely want to do this shit. Go ahead and do you, man. You ain't got to worry about hurting other people's feelings or people being jealous or envy of you. Man, fuck all that shit. Like, who cares? Live your life.
Yeah, not to get too deep into this shit, but like, everybody has a different version of success to their lives.
Sure.
Like, your version of success could be something else, and mine could be a completely different one. Somebody's success could be driven to a number that's in their bank account, and some success could be driven to the happiness in their family.
Yeah.
Like, everybody has a different version of what happiness looks like.
Yeah. And
for me, it's not having to be by my phone or by my computer. I'm nowhere close to that life. But that's success to me, is being able to turn off my phone, being able to be away from my computer. Matter of fact, leaving my computer when I go on a vacation would be, to me, a version of a step towards a life that I want to live.
I got to get these globalization mixes out.
I don't give a fuck. That's just
I got to make a beat.
Edwin, that's just going to be late.
Yeah, right.
Use last week's mix.
Exactly.
Joe, make another one.
Joe, you're on again.
You're going back to back.
Well, I'm saying even to the point where he's like, he does it in advance. Cool, I'm going to knock it out. Boom, I can leave my shit here.
Right, you know and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's a different version of success. Somebody's success could be not having a mortgage payment anymore, having paid off their home. Like, everything looks different, and I think there's no reason or way that someone else's life is going to dictate what you decide and how you move. Because the reality is, the same time, our biggest wins and losses typically happen in private. We don't flex our biggest losses. We don't flex some of our biggest wins. Some may, but those people usually, that's as far as they're going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I've really, the last couple months, have just considered, like, how I want to navigate through some of the things that I'm going through. And I'm like, it's really nobody's business other than mine and my family's.
Yeah.
And the future, like the future that I want to build. Like,
yeah. I mean, I know to some degree I'm kind of flexing this now, but the last 5 months or whatever this shit kicked off, like I've had a lot of wins and successes and I'm just keeping it to myself. Like I haven't spoken about any of this shit yet. Not yet, but I just don't plan on because
you just did.
That's what I'm saying. I did just flex, but I'm not going to get into details. My point is I enjoy keeping my shit to myself. I enjoy not putting it out there and just living a private life. And,
Yep.
you know, and ultimately when you put stuff out there, you're inviting judgment. And if you don't care to be judged, then don't say anything. When you flex, you're going to be judged unless that's what you want, you know, but I don't care to hear people's opinions. So I'm not going to say anything.
Aaron judged.
Heyo.
Yankees judged. No.
Listen, yeah,
Not better than the Dodgers right now.
stop it. We doing injuries.
Go through it.
Speaking of spicy, Miki had but just to wrap this up, Vice will be on the show next week to break down what we, the whole webinar. We're going to try and compare it to last year. Obviously it's going to be tough because last year we were all in person for it, or most of us were. And the future of it, and just kind of summarize it all up the best we can in an hour. Yeah, at some point we'll have D Murthy. He was a big guest that that Vice had on. He's gonna have his baby first, so we'll have him after because he ain't leaving the house for now.
Yeah.
But
Priorities.
Paternity leave.
yeah, we're definitely looking forward to both of those interviews. But moving on, like as I was starting to say, speaking of spicy tweets or being spicy, Miki
Not
up to his
spicy
old
mayo, but
tricks.
spicy Miki.
Up to his old tricks. What you got for us on Twitter, Mike? Come on.
Look,
I read this. Let me preface this by saying I read it. There was no intention of speaking about this. I read it and I DM'd Miki. I said, we need this on the pod. And he said, I'm here for the content. I'm a content king, content machine.
I read that shit and I looked at Sean. I said, yo, Miki be setting this shit up lovely. For
Oh my God.
He be baiting motherfuckers.
it's like he knows we're recording tomorrow.
Oh my God. It's like they run right into the screen.
Stupid.
Stalk them
Look,
alone
there's
all
a
day.
reason why I stay off of Twitter as much as I
No,
can.
stay on Twitter for our
But,
sake.
you know, it seems that I have a
Look
good
you up.
repertoire or reputation of saying some things either Twitter or Twitch.
Mhm.
So, you know, wasn't catching any streams yesterday in the middle of the day, and something really just like inspired. I don't know what I said. I guess I can be direct and say that what it was.
Please.
But somebody tweeted that Twitch is really exposing DJs for their lack of whether it be preparation or just that they're not good DJs without the facade or the environment of the nightclub.
Okay.
And you know, completely separate topic of what that person said. Oh no, I guess I gotta say what I said back to that situation.
We want you to say everything you said.
All right. The court of MikiDz. What did I say to that? I said, oh yeah, and then I got into it with somebody else.
We didn't see that, huh?
I mean, there's side conversations that apparently were born from this. And then I said, here it is. We're long past skills being defined by what you can do on the equipment. For years now, skills were determined not only what you do on the hardware, but also by your personality and marketing. I'd happily watch someone host a room with good combo versus someone juggle 2 records. And that was my response to the lack of skills comment on Twitch. And then some guy, random.
It's always
Fella.
some guy.
It's
He
always
never
some
has
guy.
a name.
Yeah,
It's
you
just
know.
some guy.
Yeah.
So what MikiWAR is saying is he doesn't care about the art of mixing music anymore. He'd rather just go to the club and listen to a podcast.
What was your response to that?
Oh yeah.
Survey
That's the one.
says,
That's the one. This is the one.
Miki says,
Let me know if I can borrow the ladder you used to reach for that assumption.
Ew.
Oh, give my man his flowers. Give my man his flowers.
That was a bit of a reach, Stretch Armstrong.
Man.
Oh, no pun, DJ.
Good DJ comment.
Touche.
So yeah, so that got some people buzzing. And then completely separate topic, I decided
Man.
to tweet. DJs that once had leverage still daydream like they still got it. Get off your fake pedestal and do something relevant today.
Mm-hmm. What were the responses to that?
Did you get any?
Anything spicy? Anything worth mentioning?
Let's see. Everybody get out of the mud now. Everybody, it's DJ. I didn't even see this comment. I just saw it. A lot of people thought I was, they're like, whoa, and hyping it up.
At them.
A lot of 100s.
No, people were like, at them.
Yeah, some people were at them.
Always an anthem.
Let's
Always
see.
count on an anthem.
Wally Sparks said everybody got to get it out the mud now, everybody. And I mean, every DJ is currently on a level playing field, which is true.
Yeah.
Even people that's gone back to playing gigs outside, they know we all back to square one. Do what you feel is right for you, but I hope you ain't playing yourself. That was a kind of a bar.
Congratulations.
And
You
yeah,
played
I think everybody else kind of just really caught on to the understanding of what I was going for. I'm at 62 likes and 17 retweets.
Yeah.
So some love there. Shout to DJ Z Trip. You know what I'm saying? But
Which one did he
know.
retweet?
Huh?
Which one did he retweet?
It was that one, the one that
I wish that you can shout out Rell, but he don't want to retweet it.
Listen,
He said
I
he
didn't
thought about
retweet it. I didn't want to retweet it because I didn't know how much heat he was already getting, or I don't want to say heat, but how much smoke he was already getting. And I didn't want to add fuel to the fire, so I was like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna enjoy it for our entertainment. And I
Rell, are you willing to ride or die for
and
this
I was gonna
podcast?
assume we were gonna talk about it on the pod anyway. So I was like, we're gonna talk about this shit on the pod. So I'll save it for that.
Yeah, it just goes back. Look, just to get to the point, so we're not like circling around all this. Is that ultimately all I was saying was some of the people that have the biggest biggest shit to talk are typically the ones that are doing the least.
Yeah.
And we're currently in a climate, like D said, where it's more about consistency than it is about quality at times. It's about being there and showing the fuck up. If you don't show up, you're losing steam. And that's the environment we're in today. You don't need to go in there with a pre-planned turntablist set. You don't need to go in there with wordplay from your first record to your last record. And I'm only saying because he said Twitch, we're going to keep it onto Twitch.
Yeah.
Twitch, you can be successful watching other people DJ while you comment on their DJing. Like, you could be successful doing that. There's a job for that. Like, as long as you're entertaining, you will engage with the crowd.
Yep.
And it has nothing to do. Well, hold on. Let me still have some respect.
Go on.
It has very little to do with the skill part of it in regards to the actual like turntable skill that we all grew up on, right? Like, I'm not taking away from our roots as DJs, and I don't speak for everybody, but that's kind of where we come from.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna ride with you on this, not just because you're my guy, but because you give me discounts on shoes and stuff as well.
Damn, nigga, you put all his business out there today.
No, I'm kidding. I can't remember the last time I bought a pair of shoes.
Right.
But my point is, like, who is he to tell you what your preference is? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if that's what you want to do,
right,
then all right, cool. You go watch the guy do a beat juggling routine for however long, and multiple routines after that. God bless him for having that talent. But if that's not something I want to sit and watch for an hour, cool. But if I go and watch someone else who's doing a very good job at controlling the crowd and making the crowd move, react, interact, because I'm learning something from him or her as well.
Sure.
Like, I'll watch Angie V's, I'll watch Rell, and I'll watch Bella, and there's a few others that I've been keeping an eye on. And I just want to see how they react. What do they do to engage, and what are they doing to get the subs flying? I was in on Mojack shit. I don't listen to the music Mojax plays.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't listen to much these days, but I don't listen to that stuff. It's real techie, like deep
House type
like vampires
Trance.
are popping out at some point. Blade's in there somewhere. He's got Frost and Blade in the closet somewhere.
Oh my god.
But I'm watching him do his thing, and there is an art to that. There is an art to connecting with the crowd on the mic, because I can make that connection back to being in a club and getting the people riled up and getting them involved and to interact. So yeah, again, I think it just comes down to preference. Who's he to say what you should want to tap into or not? So, yeah.
Sour Puss DJs, man. Come on, next topic.
Yeah, let's move on.
Spicy Mickey. Oh, vacation recaps. We were all gone.
Let's go.
I was in Tahoe.
Lake Tahoe.
Mickey coined Lake Tahoe. Rell was in New York and Connecticut.
Yep.
Sean was in Virginia and New York.
Then we went to New York, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are you awake right now?
Yeah, man.
Okay, you sound comfortable.
Listen.
I just want to make you sound comfortable.
Listen,
All right,
I'm good.
He's got his shoes off. Everybody, he's like super chilling, like
He's laid out.
like he's at his
shoes
dad's
off.
crib.
Got his hands crossed.
Yeah,
the bossed up pose.
Yeah,
What is that? A cigar?
nah, he's trying to be Kobe over there.
It's
He's trying to be Kobe in my picture.
is that CBD?
Mickey was somewhere.
I was in Atlanta.
Okay, he's gonna.
I can say it.
You can see he was in Atlanta.
ATL shawty.
Rell,
shawty.
Yes.
tell us about your trip.
My trip was dope, man. It was good. We went to go see the in-laws. Wifey and I went out there to go see the family.
Yeah.
Spent some time in Connecticut. It was quiet. It was peaceful.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's nice, man.
Yeah, man. It was good. And then we met Andre Coxon and his wifey in New York. We spent a couple of days in New York. It was just good to get out. I know we were in another major city, but it was just good to get out of one major city and
What
just
was
see
New York
was
like
going.
being out in the streets?
Yeah.
It was pretty much. It was open.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
You gotta wear your mask.
Did you
It
guys
was
have to
just-
wait in line to eat anywhere? 'Cause
No, not
obviously
really.
outdoor dining.
not really.
That's
This. What'd you say, babe? I mean, yeah, especially because we were definitely out there for a weekend. But I mean, we didn't really have to wait in line like too long.
Mm-mm.
If anything, it was maybe like 10 minutes max to get a table or something like that. But the streets are flooded with dining out. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
you still
Like,
can't dine in.
you can't. Yeah. No one's dining in. You
I
can't
got
go
you.
inside. You can't
Yeah.
dine in. But like they literally have blocked off all these streets
Wow.
so that these restaurants could like have outdoor seating and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And in summertime in New York, it's nice outside and shit. The only funny fucked up part about it is there's so much construction going on in New York, right? We turned like 2 or 3 restaurants down because you literally are sitting down and you hear jackhammers and shit. I was like, yo, I'm not
The
trying to hear that
Yankees?
shit.
What?
I'm not trying to hear that shit while I'm eating. I was like, let's go to somewhere else.
I want the zucchini.
Exactly. What? Like
Zucchini.
literally it was like that. Yeah, it was dope, man. Like that with my boy out there. Yeah, what else we do? We didn't really do anything. We just
No,
chilled
chilling.
and just fucking eat.
Yeah.
That's all we
That's
did.
it.
Man,
That's all you
ate
need
good.
to
Ate
Yeah.
good. Oh
Man.
man.
Sean visited your son. He
Oh
doing well?
yeah. VA was good. Got
Yeah.
to chill with my son. He turned 7, and then we actually got a cabin in Shenandoah, and we like
Sounds like a lot of trees are out.
not yet, but it was tight because we got to see the Milky Way like with your naked eye, no telescope, nothing, because
Wow.
it's pitch black.
Yeah, of course.
no
No
light
street
pollution.
lights, no city lights.
Bruh, it was crazy.
That's where they bury
Crazy.
bodies at.
Man,
Huh?
there's some
One way
shit
of looking
going
at
on
it.
down there for sure. I mean, there's a lot of Trump signs and Confederate flags, so you got to keep your head on the swivel. But it was peaceful. It was a
Yeah, the
lovely
whole black
trip.
family up there too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Erica's mom is white, so
Well, yeah.
we have one white person.
They
with us, so
probably thought she was being kidnapped.
Man, I am in no position
Not
to say anything.
Not twice.
Me and Joe exit the conversation or comments or
Go to use
jokes
the restroom.
we made in this segment. So
Oh, man.
go ahead.
Oh no, but it was good though. It was
Yeah.
good to just get away, like you said, and then New York was good.
Yeah.
Now we
Mickey?
back.
Atlanta was fine. I wasn't there very long. I got in
You-
pretty late.
You ran into a couple homies?
Yes. Shout out to DJ EU
Mm-hmm.
and DJ Weapons.
Mhm.
Actually, the second day I was there, I was out there for a couple meetings that I cannot discuss.
Mm.
But that night I linked up with DJ EU, and it was kind of funny because when I got there, I had only gone to a studio, and that was like completely concealed and private, and it was only myself and 2 other people.
Did they do a temperature check on you?
No.
They just didn't give a fuck.
I
Just
walked
come
in
on
with a mask.
Yeah.
And the guy that let me in, I was like, I need to keep the mask on, right? Like, and then he goes, just feel it out. And then, if you
It's up to you.
you
If
know,
you want.
he's like, I'm not wearing one and I don't care. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool. So felt it out, took off my mask and went on to the rest of the day. But that was just there, right? Private property. And then the next day was like out and about. And then I was wearing my mask, but very little people were wearing their masks. They were just out and about. And I was went to this restaurant, hanging out with the person I was having meetings with, and there was like this group of 20 some odd year olds just chilling out in front of the restaurant, waiting for their table. And this is a hookah bar / restaurant, and dine in is completely open. And smoking indoors is completely open.
Damn.
Like ordering bottles is completely open. And
Man, take a trip.
Clubs are
right?
and that's what they were saying. Like everybody's traveling from down south to or wherever. They're all going
down
Atlanta.
south.
The clubs are open.
And but what was interesting to me is Atlanta's different. Like different.
Yes, it is.
Southern culture is different.
Yeah.
And when I tell you, everybody's letting you know what they're working with on their waist. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm not in LA. Like this is different. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like
The laws is different around here.
no, black tees and regular pants, my friend. I didn't see nothing. But yeah, so it was an interesting culture shock for a little bit, and then just went in, had lunch meeting, and didn't have to have my mask on. But we were in a separate table.
Yeah.
Section, and it was cool. And then at night, DJ U hit me up, and he's like, "Yo, let's hit the town." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's just like,
Well, back to my hotel.
I'm
What do
like,
you mean?
he goes like, I'm like, what restaurant? He goes, no, like the club's open. And I'm like, what? I'm like, fuck it, I got a podcast. Let's go.
I got a fucking podcast.
I'm
I
here
like
for the
it.
content.
Risking
I like
it
the way
all.
you
Risking it all.
sacrifice, brother.
Like, come
I like the
on.
way you sacrifice.
Take one for the team.
Yeah, probably. So no, I don't. Think
No, he
so.
had his mask
I'm
on.
Very healthy. No, I kept my mask on. Everybody else in there did not have their mask on, and
They're
that
looking at you like a weirdo.
yeah, right. So for real, like
LA.
come on, man, like breathe a little. I'm like, no.
No.
We know who you're voting for.
No. But yeah, so I don't know. It was a Friday night. It was 2 rooms, Tongue and Groove. Shout out to Tongue and Groove. Staff, great hospitality.
Staff didn't have masks on. either.
Staff did have a mask.
Okay.
On.
So at worst case, they thought you were staff.
Security.
Security. All right.
Come on.
The hell?
That's fair.
The help.
Well, the resident DJ there, Danny, shout out to him. He's got a nice little a beard situation, so he could have thought you were one of the
Could have
DJs.
been. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I walked in with EU. Security didn't pat me down or whatever. It was just kind of like, go ahead, do your thing.
Should have brought the strap.
Yeah. And then white people there. But
Yeah, Buckhead. You're all right over there.
is that where I was?
I think it's in
Oh,
Buckhead,
okay.
and it's like
I heard that's a nice part of town.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're
it is.
fine. there.
So yeah, so I going in there. Weapons is DJing, headlining. There's a God. I hope I forgot his name, but it might have been it was like Mix Master and then maybe Dave or Ray, but he was killing the side room.
Maybe it was Mike.
No, it wasn't. Way less scratching.
Wow.
But he was.
Mickey's like, oh, you're scratching. I'm out here. I'm gonna go listen to a pod. In the other. Go listen to
Nah,
a podcast in the main room.
he could correct us on the clip if we ever do it. But yeah, killing it. The side room environment was cool. I mean, it was the first time I had an alcoholic beverage like for real
Wow.
in like 5 months. And it was, I don't know. It was a club environment. A lot of people in the DJ booth.
People were close.
Very
Anybody
close.
dancing?
Like 70% capacity dance floor.
Like what kind of dancing? Like 2-stepping or to the window to the wall kind of dancing? A little bit of both.
I didn't. Yeah, I'm gonna say both.
Okay.
I mean, the tables were slammed. I mean, definitely a lot of people that didn't pay for those bottles, but they.
And they said
There was like the
bottle
one
service was
rich
gonna
guy.
die after this.
Oh,
We did
that's-
say major cities.
It was popping.
Yeah.
That club was popping. And then there was no way I'd leave Atlanta without stopping by the
Waffle House.
mythical, magical
Magic City.
Oh yes.
Fucking Terry Crews, stupid ass.
And you had the wings too, huh?
Absolutely. Look, lemon pepper wet. And look, with all due respect to the staff at Magic City, they're lovely people and whatever they do. Oh, but I did meet a legend. The founder, owner of Magic City.
Oh, nice.
Shout out to Juju, who's the son of the guy, aka inheriting the kingdom. But I was chilling with him, and literally all I cared about, like, so what's up with the wings?
When we getting the wings?
Look, if Lou Will was willing to risk the playoffs,
I gotta try these.
I gotta try these chicken wings because I'm a chicken wing connoisseur.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, they were bomb. They were fire.
A lot of girls working that night.
Yeah, that place was.
Like COVID doesn't exist. That sounds like in Atlanta, COVID doesn't exist.
I didn't even. There was no pandemic in my mind.
Yeah, crazy.
Damn.
To the wall.
And you were at the
Ass
two premier
everywhere.
spots, like Tongue and Groove and Magic City. Those are both premier
Yeah.
places in Atlanta.
I mean, and Waffle House, but I didn't get a chance.
You went to Waffle House too?
No, I didn't
Oh.
get a chance to.
Oh my damn!
I
nigga,
did go
you did a lot
eat
in
at a
48
restaurant.
hours.
I did go to a restaurant, and it was dine-in, wide open. Another one, like
They have a lot of nice restaurants in Atlanta.
I went to an amazing Chinese food spot. Like
Chinese food in Atlanta is good.
Yeah.
really expensive, but
Yeah.
really fire.
Yeah,
It's
it
good
is.
to know.
And it was the closest to my hotel because everybody told me not to like walk around by myself.
Not by yourself. Don't do that.
Yeah. My mile a day ended. I'm gonna
You
be
would've
honest.
been
I gotta be
alright.
transparent. Nah, I don't know, man. I had a couple people like eyeball the situation. All it takes is one situation.
Well, what kind of shoes you have?
Yeah, what you
That's
have on your
the
feet?
thing.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
what-
hey.
yeah,
What you have on your feet?
What do you mean?
I have
Look,
the Ben and Jerry
He
dunks
is
on.
not going to Atlanta without bringing his hottest shoes. There's no way in hell he's getting off that plane
Everybody
without
was
his
like-
fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, a lot of people had some nice sneakers on though.
If it's Atlanta, man,
Yeah, it's Atlanta. Everybody's dressed
fashion
in-
capital out
yeah,
there.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Joe,
All right.
Lake Tahoe.
Lake Tahoe.
Lake Tahoe.
Lake Tahoe. Yeah. Sam and I drove out there. It's about a 7-hour drive from where we live. It's crazy,
you
man.
drove 7
Yeah.
hours?
Yeah, I was looking forward to the drive. Just
Nigga, we
being
can't
out.
get you to drive to Vegas.
What you want me to do? I used to drive to
You're not
Vegas
doing
all
the
the
same
time, bro.
thing
Don't do
Sam's
that.
doing.
I used to drive to Vegas, and I was always the one that woke up at 8 o'clock, woke your asses up to drive home to get home by 11 or 12.
Let's go back to Lake Tahoe. We now.
You guys sleep in the car. We'll
This is
stop and
about
get
us.
Jack in a box. I'll drive. Give me a Monster. I'm good.
We
Anyways,
telling lies now. I see. We telling tales.
yeah, we drove, and I swear it felt like half the trip. It was just Northern California was up in flames. Like the sun went away. I mean, the sun was out, but the smoke, you couldn't like. It just smelled like shit. You know, smelled like it was burning. Even in Lake Tahoe, we're in higher altitude, trees, mountains, and you still had like that hint of Northern California burning. So that's the only drawback of the trip. I mean, again, next to the mountains and the trees, and still a little hazy. You know, you go out there for the clean air and for those views. But other than that, I think the best part was kayaking with Sam, doing the two-man kayak. And I'm telling you, if you guys want to test out your relationship communication, get on a kayak with your significant other and figure out how to move forward without going in two different directions, without swerving left and right, and then saying, "Okay, we're going to go three paddles to the left, and then we're going to go back to left and right." And then you go 3 paddles, like shit. All right, we got to go 2 paddles on the right to get back on track. And the whole time you're looking in the water, you feel like you're not going anywhere because you're just looking at the water. But you are making progress, but you kind of feel like an asshole because you feel
Just
like you're not
a
going
sitting
anywhere.
duck.
Yeah. So then I'm thinking, if I'm a random person sitting out on that beach looking at us two trying to kayak, and and I see us going in circles because we can't figure out how to get on the same page, I'm thinking that relationship isn't going to work out.
Yeah, that
They're gonna
that
divorce
relationship
sooner
is
or later.
Bound to drown.
I can hear him screaming left, and she is not complying with that.
Were you in the front or the back?
I was in the front. So, and it's not like I got in the front or back because I thought we just hopped in.
No, back takes the lead.
Right. Whatever. We
on,
just got in there. We weren't even thinking about it. We just wanted to be out in the water. And for that purpose, it was nice. The water was cold.
And you're out of her target.
She can't
area
see shit.
direction.
Just big ass back in front of her. Like,
Well, that's what she got in a relationship with, Cal.
So paddling's not your love language.
Yeah. Yeah, paddling, we got to work on that love language. But other than that, it was a cool trip. First time in Tahoe. Ate
Nice.
good. Ate barbecue, some really good barbecue.
Did you guys go to
We ate
restaurants
like
and stuff?
shit, and we ate good. So
You guys went
that's,
to restaurants and stuff?
yeah,
It was
outdoor.
Okay.
Yeah, the barbecue situation was outdoor. The sushi was outdoor. We went and got some. They have one in Burbank, a pastry shop that puts ice cream between cookies.
Mm.
Oh shit, it was delicious.
Keep me
Cold
away
Stone?
from that.
Not Cold Stone. No. It's not as
Afters?
on the
I know.
surface. Not afters. No. It was
Dude,
some
where'd you
other-
guys stay? You guys stayed at a hotel or like?
We stayed at this dog hotel because we had a few dogs, which was around the corner from one of the beaches, one of the beach entrances.
They got dog hotels. Look, she
Yeah.
about to fall in love right now. Damn.
Yeah, no, it was
I'll
it was
probably be
cool,
in
and they
Lake
got a
Tahoe
dog
next
part
month now.
part of the beach. But if you want to go to, it's crazy because they got a part of the beach where you can enter. They charge you $25, and then 10 minutes down the road you can just walk in for free. But the hotel that we stayed at gave you free access to the beach.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, so it's like it's a trade because you're paying $25 for each dog.
Mm-hmm.
She'll fill you.
See, told you next month I'll be in Lake Tahoe.
Yeah, no, that'll be a great time to go.
Mhm.
It'd be much cooler. Yeah. So yeah, that was my trip. Good to be home. As soon as we got home, Sam went to San Diego. I was by myself for the weekend.
How was your weekend?
It's great. Just worked on music. Dogs were quiet. Everything just flowed. Everything was
Peaceful,
great.
right?
Oh man, this is why they.
When the
were
dogs know
paddling
she's
in
gone
circles.
for a while, they're quiet. But when they know that she just went to the store, they freak out. So it's like a whole thing.
How did they know which one?
I don't know. They just know like when she hasn't
she
been
bags?
back in a while, they usually sit by the door. But when she hasn't been back in a while, they just get away from the door and they just deal with the reality that she ain't coming back for a while.
She ain't coming back. We left with this nigga.
We just stuck.
Yeah. I mean, I feed them and walk them. What else do they want?
Yeah.
I mean, I pet them.
From time to time.
Yeah, time to time.
All right.
Show
There's
them
two
love.
pets going, nigga.
Yeah. All right, get at it. Your turn next. Come on.
Get out of here.
Quickly, oh no, not quickly. Wanted to get, I was going to talk about verses, but actually
just go
wanted
to
to get
Twitch.
into your, you want to just go Twitch and Rell?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's jump
we're,
into
We're hour 20.
Yeah,
For
we
sure.
can do it. Twitch and Rell. What's the question? What's the question today?
Question,
Oh yeah.
question of the day.
Question of the day. It is
The question of Rell's Twitch.
yes.
Stream.
Pet peeves. What are you guys' pet peeves of the opposite sex?
And someone that you're going to be in a relationship with.
In a relationship with now, relationship in the past, whatever your experience is, this is a safe space. We don't judge nobody. Two of us have significant others in here. So
Yeah.
we might be working the eggshells a little bit.
Yeah.
But again,
Mike's in a honeymoon phase. He can't do wrong right now. He's all right. He's all right.
Oh,
She ain't
no.
even listening. She
Joe,
got
we
a
gotta
back
let you go
turn.
first. We gotta
She
let
got
you
a
go
back turn.
first.
She ain't listening.
Why'd you?
We gotta let you go
Shut
first.
the fuck up, man. Keep moving through the segment.
Maybe I'll go and she'll lose interest and turn back
Yeah,
around.
that's what I'm saying. Joe, you go first.
All right. I remember I was talking to this girl, and being that I'm a DJ, she
Nah.
assumed.
What does Sam do that you don't like? We don't want to know what another girl.
Okay, well that's a whole different thing because you talked about the opposite sex.
We're not gonna specify here.
No, we need specificity. in this.
Let me get this one off,
All right,
and if
go
I
ahead.
have something, I'll come back.
For sure, I
around.
need
All right.
that.
I need
I need that. My pain is your entertainment. I get it. All right, so I was talking to this girl, and because I'm a DJ, she assumed I had some vast musical knowledge. So anytime we talked about producers, artists, whatever, this is during the whole EDM boom. She would tell me, I would say something about Deadmau5. She'd be like, "Yeah, I know his music. I know this." I'm like, "All right, cool." But anytime an artist was brought up, she like had to make it a point that she knew it's like, look, man, I'm annoyed that you have to prove something to me. You don't have shit to prove to me. I mean, if you want to engage in the conversation at whatever pace, cool. But the energy you're bringing off is like, you need to prove something to me.
Know-it-alls.
You don't need to be a know-it-all. Like, it's cool. Let's have a talk about Deadmau5, but don't talk to me like you have to prove something. That's just it. Let's just have a normal conversation.
And Sam.
Give me time to think. No, you can't. Come on, man.
Know-it-alls. So Joe's pet peeves is
Doubling
know-it-alls.
down on this.
You're just trying to stretch this out.
Throw it to Sean.
Sean,
Yeah,
Tell
Sean,
us,
what's yours?
Sean.
Off the top. Oh man, you know what?
what'd you think of in the chat when that was brought up?
No, I just don't like when and I don't want to generalize, but I'm going to because for the sake of the pod.
Okay.
I don't like when women don't initially tell you exactly how they feel. It has to be a production first, and then you get the. All right, this is what's going on. I need it off
we
the
need
rip.
theatrics.
Because you know us, we
theater.
simple, man.
Theater.
We simple. We just want to let's figure out the problem. Why we gotta go through all the steps before we just get to the. All right, this is the problem. This is the solution. All right, you know what I'm saying? You got to go through the steps of like, nah, I'm gonna bring up some shit from the past.
That's
I'ma
women, man.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Hey,
saying.
hey.
I can't.
Nah, you gotta pick a different one. I don't like that one. That's too general.
That's
like,
not general. I
that's
hate
general.
that shit.
But
I
that's what
hate
I'm
that
saying.
shit.
Safe.
Hey, you call it safe if you want. I hate that shit. I hate it.
What's mine? Mine's was I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be extremely superficial right now. I cannot fucking stand chip nail polish and toe polish.
Interesting.
I hate that shit.
The smell, the
look of it. I relate it to hygiene. Like, if you got chip nail polish, I think your vagina stinks. Straight off top.
Interesting.
Like, I cannot stand it.
That's
like,
different.
if I see chip, listen, shorty, it take 10 minutes for you to go get some nail polish remover.
How do you see
get
the clear
time
chips?
over
Yeah.
And get it and
Kinda
just
eyes
go
do you got?
and knock
I don't
that
think
shit
it's
off.
that easy.
And knock that shit off. Go get some cotton balls and some nail polish remover and knock this shit off. If you got acrylics, go pop this shit off, right? Go to the, y'all spend all day and night trying to talk about how you want your hair done and your nails done. Go get it done. Go get it done. You know what I'm saying? Women constantly talk about fingernails. We don't like guys with dirty fingernails, right? Cool. If you talking to me about you don't like guys with dirty fingernails, I better not see a chip nail polish on you. Toes, fingers, I don't give a shit. If your lipstick is on your teeth, we got problems. Like, that's all I'm saying.
That was Janet Jackson's issue with Tupac in Poetic Justice.
What?
She didn't like dirty fingernails.
Dirty fingernails.
And he got them shit clean
He
for
got them
just for
clean.
her.
You know what I'm saying?
He made the pivot, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we got to keep our shit together.
Whoa.
It's okay.
We got to keep our shit together. So I think it's only fair for, you know, us to expect this in the same. You know, in return.
100%.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong? She knows.
Am I wrong?
I-
No, you ain't wrong.
She was like, no. She was like, she knows what's up. I would, I'd rather the bear. Like, I don't care if you don't have anything on it. Like, I'm cool with that. I'm completely fine with that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to see no chip shit on there. Like, I can't stand that. Every time I go to do a drop off and I go to exchange money with somebody, with a female or a woman, and they got chip nail polish, my eyebrow just raised, my lip just
Well, you don't
quivers.
say anything till you get the tip, right? Then you be like,
I
oh,
don't say
thanks for the
shit to
tip.
them.
Get your shit together.
I just be like, all right. I don't even tell them to have a nice day. I just be like,
judges
all right.
them.
Yeah, I do judge them. I'm sorry. I'm being superficial.
You look them
I
up and
get
down,
that.
thanks for the tip.
I get that there's bigger issues in the world right now. I'm sorry. I'm a guy. I can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen, that's where I'm at.
Oh,
with it.
man.
Mike?
It's a safe place. It's a safe space.
Way to set this up. Pet peeves. I probably dislike the most when someone tells me I got something to tell you, but I'll tell you later.
Yeah, the anticipation.
Like a text that says like, "Oh, there's something we got to talk about," but I'm off at 5. So
So now you got to sit with it and worry about if it's good or bad or some shit like that.
yeah, what is it? What is it?
No,
What's with-
sometimes
You got to think about
What's with the mystery box?
Prime
Why do we
example.
need a surprise? I don't like surprises. So it's like,
prime example, Rell, he had some shit he needed to tell me, but he wasn't gonna tell me over the phone, so he pulled up here to the store.
But I was on my way.
Regardless,
That's what I'm saying. I
wasn't gonna
was-
tell me over the phone,
but
though.
yeah. But I was like, yo, listen, I got some shit to tell you. We on our way right now. Like, I was literally on my way. So I didn't want him, and he was working. That's when he was, he was here. He was, an employee. And I didn't want him to be like, what the fuck are you doing? And just me surprise him out of nowhere. So I gave him the heads up. Yo, I'm on the way. I got some shit to tell you. I'm on the way right now. But I get it. What he's saying is like, we got some shit to talk about. And then hours go by before they actually have the conversation about whatever. Yeah.
yeah, that's
I'm
different.
with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounded like it needed to be addressed.
Yeah,
Like, that was warranted.
Man,
I
that hoe
gotta
was
talk to
cheating
him,
on me,
yeah.
man.
Huh?
That hoe was cheating on me.
Oh,
Yeah.
Which one? Can we say names?
I mean, if you want to.
I
That's
can
what I'm
get
saying.
that.
We've been-
Okay, you were working here.
You know who
You
it
do
is.
the math.
Yeah.
You do the math.
Nah,
Exactly.
2 + 2 does
Hey,
equal
you know,
4.
I heard some shit through the grapevine. You know what I mean? That's my brother. I'm like, what?
That I understand. that.
And the motherfucker who told me, be like, make sure you don't tell him. I looked at them and I said, are you fucking stupid?
What was your relationship with them?
That's
Not as close when we cool.
Where's your
But
relationship now?
with that person? I mean, we're still cool. Yeah, no. We're still cool. Because I was up front. I was like, because he did it off some petty shit. I know we're completely going off side right now. But
Keep going.
Sorry, what you call it?
Keep going.
He did it off some petty shit because some shit got to him about me. Like he, apparently someone told me that he did some shit with my ex, right? And I approached him on it. And I said, yo, I heard X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. We cool.
X, Y, did Z got it.
We cool. So I went over to him and I said, yo, since we cool, this is what I heard. I'm going to give you the opportunity to explain.
Right.
Now, I don't know if it's true or not, but I went to him and he said. So he was just like, nah, blah, 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 denied it, explained his side or whatever. Since he was butthurt about that, he was
Mr.
butthurt
Petty.
about someone.
Well, guess what?
Exactly. Guess what? I know some shit about your boy who, whatever. Oh, word? And I'm like, word? And he's like, word? I was like, word? And I said, he was like, yeah, but what? I said, no. He was like, but just kind of keep. I said, nah, my nigga, you cannot tell me about something about my brother. Not some associate, not some nigga that I just see randomly here and there, but my brother, like, and think that I'm not gonna go tell. I'm going to go tell him right now. Like, what are we talking about? Right? So he was just like, all right, well, the least you can do is just don't say you heard it from me. All right, I'll give you that. Whatever. Whatever. My nigga, I'll give you that.
For
Whatever.
a couple days.
So sure, no, exactly, for a couple of days. And then eventually I told him, I said, yeah, that nigga told me. Well, I didn't have to tell him that.
No, I already knew.
Because he knew once I told
knew.
him, once I told him what it was, he already knew what it was. So I didn't have to. But that's where it was, you know what I mean? Like, I just, I'm always someone to be like, yo, if you got an issue with me, come talk to me.
Facts.
And that's why, and I will always do that the same way. If it's a issue that it's not like, oh, whatever, I can get by it. I'm gonna have a conversation with you. It's that simple. I'm gonna have a conversation with you. I heard some shit. Somebody came over and was like, yo, Joe's talking foul about you behind your back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, word. Bet. First of all, why Joe feel comfortable talking to you about it? So now I'm already that person now feels
Yeah,
like,
Fabulous said that once.
Yeah, exactly. But Joe's my nigga. That's my brother. I'm gonna go talk to him. Yo, this is what I heard. X, Y, and Z. What's the deal with that? We had that conversation. Cool. That's it. There's no more to it. And then we keep it pushing. So I always feel like I'm gonna give someone that same respect that I would want. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, if there's ever a situation, we gonna have a conversation.
I sent both of y'all a text once where we had to just clear the air.
Oh yeah.
Regardless if it was true or not.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, look, clear the air. You're my brother. That's more important to me than some here I heard this, you heard that.
Yeah.
So just keep it pushing.
That's simple, man. That's how you keep healthy relationships. Whether it's a relationship with your significant other, friendships, brotherhoods, whatever. That's how you keep it. Communication is key.
And you learn how to kayak together.
Yeah.
Facts.
I got one for you, Sean, about Sam. All right.
Oh, here we go. Let's go.
When she's in the kitchen and she knows she's eating some bullshit, she'll just stare at me the whole time
Oh no.
and just make it. And like, you stop.
Make you
Because she-
uncomfortable.
Because she knows she shouldn't be eating it if she's like looking out for her best interests. And as I'm gonna say, like, yo, I know you're trying to get to this goal. You probably shouldn't be eating that, but it's your life, your body, whatever. But she knows she shouldn't be. She'll just sit there and just cooking and just staring at me like, I'm not gonna acknowledge you. I'm not gonna look at you. Stop looking at me. Go back to just put your head down and cook.
Put your
It's
head
not
down.
a pet peeve, but it's
No, you hate that shit. You hate that shit.
So what you describe is something that your significant other does that you like.
Absolutely.
What you call it? Okay.
I love her.
Well, my fingernail.
First and foremost, I love Sam.
Right, exactly.
You gotta get on the mic and what you call it.
Okay, yeah, you gotta get on the mic and say.
Oh, you talking about?
Love you, babe.
Yeah, the fingernail polish
Don't
thing
kill me.
wasn't a pet peeve that she does.
Huh?
Because I told her that from jump. I was like, I don't like chip.
But he
Polish.
would send me to get my nails done, so it wasn't an issue.
Take that shit somewhere else.
Yeah, take it out of my face.
All right.
But that's not what she does. Y'all want to know something that?
Yeah,
she
yeah,
does
yeah,
with
yeah.
her?
Tell us on the
I
mic.
already know what it is, what his pet peeve
What is it?
No, what's your pet peeve of someone else?
Of Rell?
What's
Of
your pet
Rell
peeve
or
with
someone
me?
else you had a relationship with?
of somebody else.
No, say your pet
You
peeve
know what
with
I
me.
don't about you?
Yeah, go ahead, girl.
He mixes too fast.
You already know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
Your pitch is like at 7 all the time.
No.
I can't get on the it's at
Y'all
7.
are so wrong about Rell.
And you should only do between 3 negative and 3 plus.
I'll be plus 16, baby. Let's
Hey,
go.
bro. Yeah.
You turn it into an EDM song.
Oh yeah, easy energy, baby. I'm
So
all
80
about
goes,
that.
80 goes into 100, no problem.
Yeah.
It went from mumba tone
Yeah.
to fucking...
Them Pioneer PLXs is on my money, baby. Go ahead.
Okay, go. Sorry.
Okay. Opposite sex pet peeve. You know what I don't like?
Tell us.
When men, when they are intimidated by a strong woman, right?
Mm.
I hate it. Ooh.
Why? Why does
Major-
that bother you?
Why?
Oh, kidding.
I was
Just
like, wait, why do you want the
Don't
list?
follow for that. Don't follow.
Listen, don't follow it. He's just baiting you.
Yeah, that's that. I mean, I don't like women bashing either. I think that some men are really unforgiving towards women sometimes, and like that's not cool. It's like, nah, you a pussy for that.
Yeah.
You a bitch for that.
Well, I think, and this can go both ways.
Again,
but,
she's not. These things are not about me.
yeah.
Right.
Oh no,
No,
this
you're
is
perfect,
no,
bro.
this
We know
is
your
not-
relationship is perfect.
We're
right
not
now. We know.
perfect. We're gonna get
Yeah,
into
no,
what
no,
your
no.
pet peeve about me is. But I'm just letting you know those two things.
Oh yeah, that's,
Do not
no, that's
represent
not
me.
him. No,
Yeah.
not at all.
At all.
Not at
All right, so what's your pet peeve of Rell?
He hated my cat.
I hate fucking cats.
Speaking of pets,
That's a pet peeve?
He definitely hated that cat.
I hate cats. I used to
He
tell
hated
Charlotte
my.
Alex.
Oh my
I'd be
god.
like, man, yo, I'd be dreaming about how I can get rid of that cat, and she wouldn't know. But then,
Then he would
imagine at
lose
some
me.
point, she,
you know,
No,
he's
he's
living
outside.
he's living in the wild somewhere. I don't know.
No, he lives outside now because of my
Oh,
allergies.
Not in the house.
Wait, you're allergic to cats?
but you had a cat.
As I've gotten older.
And you have I'm allergic to cats.
You want to know what my pet peeve is?
She's
There you
allergic to
go.
cats.
She's
and
trying
has
to
a
kill
cat?
herself.
Yeah. Allergic to shit, but she want to pet and color everything. Why are you touching it? You're going to get hives and shit all over the place. It's so cute. You know what's not cute? You doing this.
Like the cat.
Fuck you.
It's not cute. Your face red. We're gonna get out of here, but I want to say one thing to whatever you were saying. Not whatever, but the things you were saying. I think it's very important that and again, I was gonna say this has to go both ways, but it's very important for a woman to allow her man to feel confident. And
1000%.
And if he's arrogant about something, just understand that same arrogance is what got him to that successful moment, or that successful, everything he got, his house or whatever it is he's doing, his car, whatever he puts value in, that arrogance got him to that point. And you're over here trying to prove him wrong and shit on him because you have an ego that's clashing with him. So again, two-way street, you have to figure out how to navigate and help him understand what point you're trying to get across without killing his confidence that has got him to a successful space. And that's why I think there's some reality to guys being successful and they meet a woman and then it's all downhill because something within that dynamic made him feel less confident about his decisions, about himself, started second guessing because of his relationship with her. And again, two-way street, it can go both ways, but we've seen a lot of guys go head first because when we had Angie, we were talking about someone off camera who got in a relationship, a DJ who got in a relationship. And because this girl was so hot and all that, this dude was moving up.
It wasn't with the physical attributes.
But I'm just saying she was hot. But there's more to it.
She was hot.
Look, something's keeping you around her, right? Something's keeping you in that relationship. And if she's keeping you from evolving and you're about to take off, at my eyes, I thought he was about to take off. He was doing a lot of dope spots. And all of a sudden, he just fell off. He disappeared. What makes sense to me is she got to him. And then Angie concurred, like, yeah, like she got to him. And so, okay, why was he sticking around? Something had to been keeping him around, you know?
Women ain't shit.
Sometimes.
Sometimes women ain't shit.
Yeah, but that's why when you
Niggas
go,
ain't shit either,
that's why
though.
when
Right,
you,
exactly, right.
well, but that's
I
when
think,
but that's when you go looking for your partner. You're looking for an asset, not an expense.
Exactly.
Right? So, and that
Facts.
doesn't
Has to be a
necessarily
partnership.
mean financially. It just happens to be a lot of times financially when you get into a relationship. as a male, it is common to have expenses because there's this idea of what a relationship should be in society or social media. But at the end of the day, what you're looking for is some sort of someone you can rely on, but it will also push you forward and push you to do more than what you walked into. Yeah. And that's what I would like to think creates a successful relationship. And when I'm saying an expense, having an asset over an expense, it doesn't mean just financially. It also means energy. It also means compassion. It also means love. Like there's people that will cost you your energy. There's people that cost you your love.
Yeah, you know,
you're consumed.
I'm making the most of my energy over here at work. I don't want to come home drained of energy and then have to deal with some bullshit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Some people,
if
love
anything,
that stuff.
put that energy back into me.
But you love Sam. So that's just
MikiDz Podcast.
No, man, come
Last
on.
10 minutes of MikiDz Podcast turned into a relationship podcast.
Yeah, I was gonna say
let's get it.
Let's
get it, fellas.
We out of here.
Look, MikiDz Podcast episode 61. Catch you guys next time.
Peace.
Peace.